Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Frostbytes. Today is episode 13, which marks 1 year of us doing this podcast. Wow.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
Spencer, how are you doing?
Cassie,
how does it feel to be a year old?
Oh my God, we're 1 year old. We can. What are we crawling at this point? I don't know.
Something like that.
Can we talk yet? If
we'll probably say a couple words.
We could mama, dada.
Yeah.
Charmander. It's the first word. Feels great. Feels great to have done the pod for a year.
Look at us committing for an entire year. That's crazy.
Goodness. One down.
Yep.
One more?
Many to go.
Many to go.
Hopefully.
We're in it for the long haul, folks.
Yep.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's been a busy couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back into, doing music stuff. And I was away for a bit. And it was like the first trip of many over the next few months. So, yeah, I've been doing pretty good. How are you?
Do you want to talk about where you went?
Oh, yeah. I went to Quebec City.
Sacre Bleu.
And I saw Billie Eilish.
Oh my goodness.
On the opening night of her tour.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a wild show because it was the first show of the Hit Me Hard and Soft tour, which is supporting her latest album that came out in May. It was the first show that she's ever played without Phineas, which is her brother, who is also her producer. And it was the first show of the tour, so it was pretty cool. It was a really, really good show. And I had a lot of fun.
Did she play all the songs that you wanted her to play?
There was only one song she did not play, which was Bellyache, which is like a pretty old song.
Okay.
But everything else she played.
She hit
everything else.
All the hits.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. What have you been up to? You think you've had a pretty busy week too, hey?
I had kind of a cool week.
Yeah.
We had a band practice.
We had a band practice.
Because we're gearing up for Nova Scotia Music Week in November. And that was fun, and you and everyone who has that room has put a lot of work into making that practice space really nice.
Yeah, shout out to my mom for making that a possibility. I wouldn't be able to do it without her. So really happy that the jam space is coming along.
Yeah.
It's really close to being done now, and I'm really happy with it.
It feels really like clean and professional
and cozy.
And cozy.
It does not smell gross anymore.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Thanks.
It's nice to play in there.
Yeah.
And we're gearing up for Music Week. I went to a book signing with Brian Lee O'Malley, who is the creator of Scott Pilgrim.
So cool.
So I got volume 1 of Scott Pilgrim signed. I got the limited run physical copy of Scott Pilgrim for Switch. So he signed the cover of that. And got a couple of other goodies, got a poster, got a free mug. Speaking of mugs, by the way, we're wearing, if you're watching this on YouTube, we're wearing some cool new Frostbytes merchandise.
Yeah.
Which we're very excited about.
Really cool merch. How about we get back to that?
Okay.
There's one other thing that happened this week that you didn't talk about yet.
Yeah. I got Shiny Charmander.
You got your Shiny Charmander! After how many resets?
9,897. Finally got Shiny Charmander in Pokemon Leaf Green.
So wild.
I popped off.
I'm so happy. I literally got back from Quebec that night and turned on your stream, and within 30 minutes you got it, and I was so happy I got to watch that moment. It was so good.
It was cool. I was really glad that people were actually like there when it happened,
right?
Because
imagine if you were just like by yourself.
Well, it's happened. It's happened, where I'll just be like streaming and no one will really be there, which is totally fine. But I'll just be like doing resets kind of like alone. And so there was a little bit of a worry in the back of my mind, like it's possible I could find this and I could just be alone. But anyway, you were there, a few other people were there, which was great. And then what was funny too is like after I had posted that I got it, people started coming in to say congratulations, which was really funny. Anyway, so there's a clip of that on my Twitch and then also on my YouTube if you want to see the live reaction.
Definitely watch. It was a really good reaction. You were like in the middle of like explaining something and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. It finally happened. And thank God I would listen. It's not that I hated doing it. It just wasn't the most fun way of playing that game.
You were set to hit 10,000 resets.
Yeah, we were getting very close to 10,000.
And like, that's just a lot of resetting.
It is. So I'm glad.
Been doing it for like a year and a half, you know, it's a couple hours a week.
Yeah.
It's about time that, you know, you got it.
And now we're just going to play through Leaf Green with it.
Which is so cool.
I'm looking forward to.
It's going to grow up to be a big old
big
black
Charmander.
Charizard.
Yeah, Charizard. Yeah. yes. It is currently a Charmander. Yeah. It will become. Yes, you're right. I forgot the names of guys. Anyway,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I've had a pretty okay week, I'd say.
Yeah, that sounds like a great week. Really cool. Really cool stuff that you were doing this week.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting. Finally get your shiny Charmander. I still think you should get 9897 tattooed on you somewhere just to commemorate. I would do that.
I think it'd be funny if I got it and someone asked me what it meant.
Be like, oh, this is how long it took me to get Charmander.
Yeah, this is how many regular Charmanders it took until I saw one that was a slightly different color.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's barely a different shade of orange.
Yeah, but shiny Charizard is an all-timer.
Yeah.
Perhaps the greatest.
Yeah, exactly. I think I told you about when I finally play Pokemon X, I want to reset for shiny Froakie.
Yes.
And part of, I mean, I don't think I'm going to totally do this, but I think I'm also going to try and get shiny Charmander. So that because like I just think the black shinies look so cool.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I want Gengar on my team.
Mm-hmm.
Shiny
Gengar, shiny Mega Gengar is very
Gengar
cool. That's like
really
a white
cool.
shiny.
Yeah.
And
so I was thinking of maybe doing that too. I'm like, do I want an all shiny team? I don't know. Probably not, but I have a list of my team for that game. I'm excited about it.
I mean, the odds are better.
They are better.
As of Generation 6.
Yep.
So
they're half.
Ideally, it wouldn't take as long.
But we'll see how that goes. It's going to be a while before that happens because my 3DS is toast. Yeah, if anyone who's listening doesn't know, if you haven't heard the story yet, I got a new 3DS XL in intention to put a capture card in it, and it physically it's not in the best shape, or wasn't.
Like
still
the
not.
shell?
The shell, yeah, the shell was like the paint was coming off and stuff, and I was like, oh, you know, I'll just do a shell swap. I do them to Game Boys all the time. I've done them to Switch stuff. I started with a DS Lite just to be like, okay, I know the DS is hard, so let me just like do this first. I broke the top screen of that.
Oh no.
So dumb. I don't know how. Probably just messed up the cable because they're very fragile. And then 2 clips that hold ribbon cables in on the 3DS motherboard broke off.
Oof.
And I haven't been able to get them back in. And I either have to find the parts. Excuse me. I either have to find the parts and resolder them on, or what I'm probably going to do is just get a new motherboard for it. Yeah, and I don't even know if I broke anything else because I can't turn it on.
Right, to like check.
Yeah, and so part of me is like, you know, like a new motherboard would probably be like, I don't know, $70. And I'm like, do I just buy one that's I know works and then save this for like parts for later?
You got some options, I guess.
I got some options.
Kind of.
Because like I've seen 2 new ones, or not 2 new ones, 2 used ones on Facebook Marketplace that are decent prices. Like there's the one that we saw at the pawn shop that was like $200, and then I saw another one that's in better shape at a different pawn shop for $250.
Okay. So
I'm like, but I don't have the money right now, so I spent it all on renovating a jam space. So got to work on paying that back first, and then maybe in a little bit.
But any mod with like a clamshell handheld.
Yeah, well, I mean the Game Boy Advance SP, like the SP is pretty easy.
Yeah,
because it's just one cable. The issue with the 3DS is that it's not just the screen cable; it's also the speakers, and it's also the Wi-Fi antenna, and it's also some other thing. There's like 4 or 5 different things
like,
that like you have to like
screen?
and they all like have to like roll into each other and like go through this teeny tiny little slot.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's crazy, but
You'll get it.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
One of these days. Part of me is like, I could start playing now, but I'm like, no, I want to do it on a stream.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to do the shiny hunt. So soon.
Yeah.
For now, I will play Zelda.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I'll do.
You've been playing Ocarina, right?
I've been playing Ocarina on stream. I took a little bit of break from when I was away.
Mm-hmm.
I have to figure out my schedule for the next month just because it's a little busy. But I think I will still be doing it on Sundays.
Nice.
And then I might try and do an evening as well here and there. But it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. Now I've got a cool, like this Retro Fighter controller that I've been...
oh, sweet.
Yeah, using for it because like the... N64 controls on the Switch are weird.
Yeah.
They're super weird. So this is like mapped specifically for NSO. So it automatically works and also works as a Pro controller as well.
And it feels better?
Yeah, it feels really good. Test it out if you want, but it feels pretty great. And it's in classic Zelda Gold. So.
And are you able to use it just as a Pro controller too, if you need it to?
Yeah, there's like a little switch on the back that you can like. I don't remember where it is. I think it's one of these buttons.
Okay.
It can just like switch it to a Pro controller. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it'll show up as like the NSO like N64 controller in like your controller spot.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thumbstick.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is with it, but it feels nice.
It's round.
It is very round. Anyways.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what's been going on for me. But I guess we've got a couple things to go through today for the pod for our 1 year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe let's talk about this first.
Sure.
Get the what is it? The elephant in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's discuss the elephant in the room. Our Frostbytes merchandise.
Yeah.
So my sister has a company called Nether Nerd Creations. Also, you might know the Light Knight. The Light Knight. It's the Light Knight's mom. And so she made us these custom t-shirts and mugs. Well, we held those up at the same time. They're like gradient purple on one side, blue on the other. Pretty cool. And some cool stickers. Frostbite stickers. Got like, this is like the cover on like wherever you listen to podcasts and stuff. And then this is just like the logo. Is that yellow? Are you still wearing your t-shirt, buddy? But so yeah, she made this merch for us. She's going to set up a website page soon where we can, oh no, he has his shirt off. Yeah, so we're going to have these on the website so people can order them if you want to support the pod, and it'll be supporting my sister and us at the same time. Mm-hmm. So pretty cool. So thank you everyone for supporting us throughout this last year. And it's really cool to have some merch and be able to show it off and share it with you folks. And we'll have more soon, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it turned out really nice.
Yeah, I do too. Cool.
I like the mug a lot.
Yeah.
It's probably my new mug of choice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we should just use, I'll have to get a second one to keep here, and then we can just use them for every podcast.
Absolutely.
And just have the Frostbytes mugs. Hi, Lemon.
Hey, Lemon.
All the puppies are here now. She wants to be part of the podcast too. That's really cute. But yeah, the mugs are also microwave and dishwasher safe, which is awesome because, sometimes you get a really cool mug and it's like not dishwasher safe.
Yeah.
And you're just like, Lemon, that's enough. And you're like, man, I don't want to use this mug now because then I'm going to have to hand wash it. So this is great. You can you can wash it. Wash it in the dishwasher. If you're only listening to this podcast right now, you're going to be like, what the hell is going on? There's a puppy climbing all over us.
Hey, Lemmy.
Lemon. Oh, puppies are crazy. Okay, beep, beep. And the other one has his head between my legs. So.
He's hiding.
Oh, he just likes to hang out there. Oh, okay. So that's the bit about the merch. Very exciting. We have purple, blue, and black. Yellow was wearing the blue shirt earlier. I was also wearing the blue shirt earlier. Now, I think we should look back a little bit on the last year of Frostbytes.
Yeah.
See, I don't know how good your memory is. I don't know how good mine is. But let's kind of like, I don't know, do you have a favorite episode of the podcast? Like, is there one that like kind of stands out to you?
One that's funny to me is one time we did an episode where I was in that chair, and the height difference on the video is really funny because I think you were in like your regular office chair.
Yes, my
and I was like
Batman chair.
Yeah, and I was like down low to the ground, and that one's just like funny to look back on just because of the height difference. But then also the setup on the couch when we were doing it downstairs was cool.
I loved the couch setup.
Yeah.
I kind of miss it. This is definitely way more convenient.
Yeah, you don't have to do any tear down or anything anymore.
Yeah. I hope that like someday I'm able to have like a studio space where we can just have like a permanent setup with some nice chairs and have it be like super casual and stuff like that. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was kind of like looking back on some of the episodes today just to kind of re-jog my memory. And there was an entire episode where I just talked about Spider-Man. And I was like,
yes.
I forgot that we did that.
Was that the 9 inches of venom or whatever?
Yeah, 19 inches
19 inches of venom.
19 inches of venom. Look, he's right there.
I think that's my favorite title.
Your head. Yeah, that's a good title. The living room one was very good. Yeah. I like the vibes were nice. I mean, the vibes are nice here too.
Yeah, yeah.
But
you have a very nice like office.
Thank you. I've put a lot of work into it.
Yeah. And there's balloons. If you're watching balloons on YouTube,
yep.
There's balloons in the Frostbytes colors.
On Twitch. Yep. Had to get some balloons to celebrate, you know. I tried to put more up, but they kept blowing away. They wouldn't stay up. Yeah, the living room was cool. I even just like the first episode, like obviously there were some things that I wish were a little bit different in it, but it was just kind of like, I don't know, watching back on it, it's just like really wholesome.
Yeah.
And it's just like really cool to see like the different things we were talking about. There's like a new Nintendo Direct that came out that day or like that week. And there's like a lot, it's just like a lot of good stuff to talk about. And you're like, no, this is a good podcast right from the start, you know?
It was.
It was great.
It was a really good start.
Yeah.
It felt like, I don't know, comfortable already. And you put a lot of work into the audiovisual aspect of it as well.
I still want to get like multicam set up at some point, but
things to work towards.
Yeah, exactly.
I think content wise, I really liked the hit or miss episode we did for one of the Nintendo Directs.
Yeah,
I think that was a good format for going through a laundry list of releases.
Yeah, it kind of made almost a game out of it, you know, which is kind of cool.
But it was a succinct way of sharing, like, whether we were excited for the thing or not.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was a good. I think that's something that we should do in the future.
Totally.
For other similar, you know, whether it's a Nintendo Direct, State of Play, whatever the fuck Xbox does. I don't know.
Do they do things?
I feel like they tried once upon a time with something, right? They had like a named showcase, but
they did. I don't remember what it's called.
Super don't remember. Maybe like the Phil Spencer Hour. I have no idea.
Microsoft something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that was a good format for that. And I feel like it made it easy to like go through everything.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Very informative. We love a good informative episode for sure. For sure. Cool. Okay, well, you know, to continue on with this, I have a game for us.
Yeah.
Well, mostly for you. I made a game and I I have to ask you questions.
Okay.
Because I know the answers. But basically it's a guessing game. So I'm going to give you a description of a game.
Okay.
And you have to guess it.
Okay.
And if you don't guess it, well, then you lose. So.
And it's just as simple as that.
Yep. So, okay. Now I will tell you they're all Nintendo games.
All right.
So you have all the Nintendo games to pick from.
Cool.
And they can just be like, it might just be like a series of.
It could be, it doesn't have to be a specific name.
Yeah, not a specific like game necessarily.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So guessing game. Let's start this off. You embark on a quest to find your kidnapped princess from a giant turtle while destroying enemies, collecting currency, and special abilities.
Giant turtle. Currency.
Yep.
Perchance. I'm going to go with Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, you got it.
Nailed it.
I highlighted them in black so that you can't see them.
So I can't see the answer.
Yep.
I'm also, for what it's worth, I'm like a little blind at the moment.
Oh yeah, you don't have your glasses on.
But yeah, it's good that you still
Great.
have them.
Awesome.
Redacted.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Got it. First
so
one.
1 for 1. Awesome. I don't remember how many there are, but roughly 10.
Okay.
Maybe a little less. Okay. The next one. As a courageous warrior, you delve into intricate dungeons, solving complex riddles and confronting monstrous adversaries. Who wrote that word?
Did you write that word?
Yes, I also had the help of ChatGPT, so it's fine.
Oh, no. Okay.
In pursuit of mystical artifacts that hold great power. I did proofread them, but I forgot to take out that word.
Did you ask ChatGPT to summarize each of the games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In one sentence.
Okay. All right. Sure. Okay. A courageous warrior, intricate dungeons, riddles, monstrous adversaries, mystical artifacts. I'm going to say The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah. Look at you. You're a gamer.
We're gaming, folks.
All right. This one. I don't know if you're going to get this one.
Uh-oh. I need you to know that my entire sense of self is riding on this.
In a world of strategic battles, you assemble a diverse group of creatures, challenging skilled opponents and growing your collection.
Growing your collection? With creatures?
Mm-hmm.
Monsters?
Yep.
Do they live in my pocket?
They sure do.
I'm going to go with Pokemon.
That's it.
Yes.
Nailed it.
We did it, folks.
All right. You've got 3 correct so far.
You're
gaming. Killing it.
I'm gaming out of my mind.
You're 100% right now. Okay. The next game description. Do I remember what this one is? Oh, yes. Okay. Compete with an array of vibrant characters in creative worlds, utilizing strategic items to outpace rivals and claim victory in a frenetic contest.
Oh my God. That's extremely vague.
Yep.
There's actually no... Compete with an array of vibrant characters in creative worlds.
I will say there's definitely one word that is kind of...
I want to say Super Smash Brothers.
Outpace is a very important word.
Mario Kart?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
I gave you a hint there, but you're right, though. Smash Bros. Is very...
That was like what you write on your resume to make what you do at work seem more interesting than it is.
Yeah. I tried to make them kind of vague.
That was incredible. You succeeded.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. This one's also...
But you're right. Outpace was a good...
Outpace.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take the L on that one.
You're going to take the L?
Yeah, because I didn't get it first guess.
All
I
right,
feel
fair.
like I need
That's
to
fair
get these
enough.
first guess.
Okay. Well, let's see if you get the next one. Lead a charming team of small, unique creatures, each with their own skills, to solve environmental challenges and vanquish foes in a lush, imaginative realm filled with obstacles.
This is very good. Pikmin.
Yep.
Let's go.
Nailed it. I love just like adding extra random like descriptive words just to throw you off.
Yeah. No, that one was good though.
That was a good one. All right. Oh, what's this one? Oh, yes. Okay. I'm like, I have to read it to remember what it is. Participate in a whimsical showdown where you face off in various skill-based challenges against iconic figures, all striving to collect the most coveted prizes.
Various skill-based challenges?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess, honestly, though, skill-based is debatable.
I want to say Mario Party.
Yes.
Yes! Cool. I wasn't convinced about that one, actually.
Yep, Mario Party.
Sweet.
Okay. This one I think you'll get it. Okay. Assume the role of a skilled intergalactic bounty hunter, traversing distant alien planets, acquiring upgrades, and facing enemies to stop the plans of a notorious space pirate.
Yellow, what do you think? Does that sound like Samus Aran to you? I'm going to go with Metroid.
Hell yeah. Sweet. Nailed it. Okay, we got one left.
Cool.
And then I got some Pokemon questions for you, which you'll probably be able to nail really quickly.
I love Pokemon. Dude, when I go for long drives, I listen to Pokemon trivia podcasts.
Amazing. All right. Here's the last game description. You step into the shoes of a tiny mechanic who builds and races vehicles in a vibrant landscape filled with obstacles.
A tiny mechanic?
Apparently.
Who builds and races vehicles in a vibrant landscape filled with obstacles? Who's a tiny mechanic?
I don't know. I haven't played the game.
You step into the shoes of a tiny mechanic who builds and races vehicles in a vibrant landscape filled with obstacles. F-Zero?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a tiny mechanic in that game? I don't know.
No, they're like human sized. No. They're like regular people.
Why are they tiny then?
I don't know.
ChatGPT.
What they tried to foil me.
Yeah.
Those AI bastards. But I foiled them back.
You foiled them back.
Okay, I got all of them but one.
Yeah. You did a good job.
Thanks.
Good job.
We're gaming, folks.
Yeah. Okay. Now these are some easy Pokemon questions.
Okay.
So, we're really testing you today.
Yeah.
What is the name of the professor who gives you a starter Pokemon in the Kalos region?
So the Kalos region is Generation 6, which is Pokemon X and Y. He's very handsome. That's Professor Sycamore.
It sure is. I was like, I don't think this is going to throw you off, but you don't get your starter Pokemon in the series from Professor Sycamore, though.
It's true.
But he does give you a Gen 1 starter.
He gives you a Gen 1 starter, but he also he sends the Kalos starters with
your friends.
I think his name is like Trevor. There's like a group.
Yeah.
Of kids in X and Y.
Yep.
So but it's all like courtesy of Sycamore still.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Which Pokemon has the highest base stat total?
Gigantamax Eternatus.
Not according to this.
Ultra Necrozma?
Also not according to this.
Okay.
According to this, it's Arceus.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true. I should have fact checked.
Arceus is probably true because like Gigantamax Eternatus is like a form.
Although it did say Arceus or Mega Rayquaza.
Oh, and it included Mega Rayquaza?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I was like, I'll do Arceus.
Okay, cool. I think the answer is Gigantamax Eternatus.
Okay.
But that's also not a Pokemon that you can actually have access to.
Right.
It's like you fight it as a boss, but you can never use it yourself.
Fair enough.
So I'll take the L on that one.
Well, that was debatable.
I should have said God. Obviously.
God, obviously.
The God answers God. Of course.
Okay.
Do you say Arceus or Arceus?
I say
or Arceus.
Both. Arceus or Arceus.
I do Arce.
Arce.
Which
you did the Arce?
I do, yeah.
It depends on how I'm feeling that day if I say Arceus or Arceus.
Yeah. I know there's like a faction of people who really believe that it's Arceus.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Who knows?
It's a tomato situation.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next question. What is the name of the first Pokemon ever designed?
I believe the very first Pokemon ever designed was Rhydon.
You are correct.
There's this meme of which is the first Pokemon, and there's 4 different Pokemon that are technically the answer.
Right.
And it's Rhydon was the first designed.
Mm-hmm.
Bulbasaur is the first in the dex.
Right.
Mew is like, I don't know, every Pokemon derives from Mew.
Right.
But then Arceus is God. So then all 4 of those Pokemon
Crazy.
kind of. Anyway. But designed, yeah, Rhydon.
Rhydon
Was Pokemon number 1.
Crazy. Okay, there's 2 more questions.
Mm-hmm.
What is Mewtwo's signature move?
This is a great question because Mewtwo didn't originally have a signature move.
Mm-hmm.
Like it gained a signature move in Generation 5.
Okay.
Which is Psystrike.
Yes.
Whew, thank God. Thank God that's right.
That is right.
But yeah, the first time Mewtwo was released with the move Psystrike. It was like as an event distribution in Gen 5.
Nice.
But yeah, for the first 4 generations, its best move was like Psychic.
Wild.
Yeah.
And now it's Psystrike, which is a sick move.
It's cool that they retroactively were like, yeah, Mewtwo deserves its own move. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Mewtwo's sick. Okay. I know you know this one. This is an easy one. How many total Pokemon are in the National Pokedex, and what is the last entry?
As of today.
As of, what day is it? October 4th,
2024. There are 1,025 Pokemon. And the last Pokemon, number 1,025, is Pecharunt.
Yep, you nailed it.
Pecharunt is the, I guess, final Pokemon you catch in the epilogue of the DLC in Scarlet and Violet. And yeah, they're finally, if you didn't know, now you know, there are more than 1,000 Pokemon. They finally got there.
And they're trying to tell you to catch them all.
Yep. Every single one.
Crazy.
Do you think there's too many?
Yes. I do. I do think there's too many. I think that, I mean, to be fair, 9 generations in now.
Yeah.
If we were in more like 900, I feel like I wouldn't feel as bad about it.
Like if it was 100 or so per?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess it did start with 151.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gen 5 added like 156 or something like that.
Right, because because Gen 5, the base game, like before post game and stuff, you can only use the new Pokemon.
It was almost like a soft reboot.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
It was cool, but it also kind of bloated the Pokedex. Yeah. And then almost to combat that, X and Y's Pokedex introduces 69 Pokemon total.
Wow.
But they also were busy designing Mega Evolutions.
Right.
But Mega Evolutions didn't add to the total number.
Yeah.
Same thing with regional forms. They're new designs and can have like new type combinations and different base stat totals and stuff, but they don't add to the number. So regional Pokemon are kind of a nice way of creating new guys without making the decks
bigger,
larger.
Interesting. I'm interested to see what
numerically
they do for next gen. I mean, sure they'll have new Pokemon.
Yeah, I think Legends ZA is definitely going to give us both regional forms and new megas, or at least I'm hoping that.
I hope so as well. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah,
really cool. Sweet.
Cool. Thanks for making that for me.
Yeah,
it was very fun.
I was just like, I'm gonna make a little game. I thought it'd be fun to do on our little celebration stream.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. So now, I guess, do we want to talk about what's going on in gaming right now? Because I feel like since the last episode, there's been a lot.
There has been.
There's been a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and we're probably not even going to touch on everything that's happened.
No.
I mean, there's been some like industry news. But yeah, I guess what do you want to talk about first?
Well, let's just get it out of the way. There was a big Switch 2 leak. Big Switch 2 leak. I saw it. Posted about it in my Discord. If people want to see it, go look at it. If you don't, that's fine. Some people don't like to see the leaks and stuff. But essentially, excuse you, Yellow. I don't know if the microphones picked that up, but I hope so. He just like burped and then just put his paw on me and looked up at me all cute. You're hilarious. So the Switch 2 essentially looks like a Switch, which I'm really happy about. A lot of people I feel like might have been a bit disappointed seeing that it looked very similar, but like that's what we want. We just want a Switch, but
they have
better.
Such a winning form factor as it is.
And like, I feel like Nintendo has finally found what's working for them. Like the Switch was their highest selling console.
Yeah.
They need to do that again, but better.
Yep.
But also not in like a Wii U way where it's confusing.
Right.
So, I don't know. Anyways, what we saw was some 3D mock-ups of what the Switch will look like, plus some photos that are supposedly from a Chinese manufacturer.
Okay.
And have you seen it? Do you want to see it?
I'll see it now for sure.
Okay.
But I haven't seen it yet, I don't think.
Let me find it. Is it still here? No, I think I made a separate thing for it.
Because you didn't want to
I put
spoil folks?
Yeah.
That's very courteous of you.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think it's good that it's maintaining the same form factor, like I said. Because people like the way that the Switch functions as a hybrid portable and home console. And yeah, I think Nintendo has a winning strategy with that. And also, like, other companies have started to do similar things where the Steam Deck is a portable handheld system that can also just be docked into a TV.
Yep.
And so I think going forward, that's what people want because it's a winning combination.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I think the design changes are interesting. Just trying to find a
like what they are changing for the Switch 2?
Yeah. Like, so some of the things were that the Joy-Cons, instead of them being on rails, are going to be magnetic. So they're going to essentially like snap into place.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Sorry.
I wonder how sturdy that would be, you know?
Well, from what the leaks kind of looked at, I know Bob Wolf posted a video. Maybe I'll just throw his video up and mute it.
Thanks, Bob.
It looked like there's like a trigger that engages or disengages the electromagnetic thing. So it seems like they'll be
so you'll be able to kind of like lock it in place.
Yeah, or like you press that button, it'll detach it.
I gotcha. I mean, you can even like explaining how the rails work. Like, eventually, at least I've found my Joy-Cons on the rails will sometimes like come out a little bit, and they will disconnect while I'm playing, which is incredibly frustrating.
After a lot of use, they seem to really, you know, get kind of worn out.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I'm actually just going to go back to that Reddit post. God, sorry.
No, it's all good.
And so that was one of the main things, was that kind of like, magnetic Joy-Con attachment. The buttons also seem bigger.
Like the L and R?
Yeah, like all the buttons seem bigger.
Okay.
Let me just open all these photos up. These are like just like renders. Because, a lot of the complaints with the Switch 2 were that the Joy-Cons are too small. They were uncomfortable to hold. Yeah. And it looks like they're still going for like the slim design of them, but making them a bit larger.
Okay.
One, to kind of compensate with the larger screen.
Yep.
And to, hopefully help people with larger hands.
So overall, this is going to be a larger system.
So it's rumored to have an 8-inch screen.
Okay.
Opposed to like and that's 8 inches
diagonal,
I think.
Okay.
Isn't
that usually how they do like screen sizes?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Diagonally.
So 8-inch screen, the Joy-Cons are like more rounded.
Yep. I'm noticing that too. Because kind of if you're playing with them horizontal, like a single Joy-Con horizontal, it does kind of dig into your palm
a little bit. So it really looks like it's like a refined Switch.
Yeah.
There's a USB-C port on the top and the bottom.
Oh.
So you can dock it like normal, but also have the option to charge without it like
looping.
Yeah. So now you can like have the console like up against your chest or something and not have the cable like bending and stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
So that seems cool. There's an extra button. Maybe it's another share button.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Because right now there's just the home button on the right Joy-Con and the screenshot on the left.
Exactly.
So now there's one more button on the right Joy-Con, kind of below where the home button would be.
Yep. The shoulder buttons seem bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like a lot of these pictures, like we're looking at 3D renders and also like some potential like developer shells.
Potential.
Potential.
None of this is official.
Yeah. But. And so like apparently this is people are thinking this is the like electromagnetic button that kind of like releases.
Oh, I see.
Gotcha. Or maybe it's an additional button to use. I don't know.
Would that be like an L4? Because L3 is like when you click the stick in, right?
Yeah. True.
Probably not. It seems like too many buttons. I know a lot of controllers do have the extra buttons like on the back.
Yeah, that's true. I never really use them.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, so the main reason why a lot of people are saying this is real is because of the board.
The board seems real?
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that there wouldn't be this board layout if it wasn't legit.
Okay.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah, but apparently this is,
So you feel these are a legit source and this is likely what the next Switch is going to be?
I think so.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe things can change. We still don't know how far out we are. I've heard rumors that it's going to be announced in October.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see. Apparently this is for the battery, rounded Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Looks pretty much the same.
Yeah.
For the most part, with little differences. Same back kickstand as the OLED, which is great.
Yeah.
Good design.
Yeah. Do you remember the original kickstand is so flimsy, and funny?
Yeah, there's the top. Again, looks pretty much the same, but has that extra USB-C port.
Right.
Who knows what material it's gonna be made of? It's made out of. It'd be kind of cool if there was a metal one, a light, aluminum or something. Well, maybe I don't know. I don't know what would be durable. It's probably plastic because they're this is gonna be for kids.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool if it was more solid. But then that would add to the weight. So I don't know.
I have a gripe with the Switch OLED currently, and it's the little latch that keeps the Switch cartridges in.
Mm-hmm.
That opening that latch. I don't really have nails.
Yes.
And so opening that for me kind of takes a while, where the original Switch and the Switch Lite might even have the original way that there's just a little divot in the latch. I want them to just bring that back because it's
Was that not here?
No.
Oh yeah,
you gotta
there's
you gotta
kind of
dig in, but dude, when you don't have nails,
that's fair.
It's brutal.
I don't really have nails either.
But yeah, so that's my biggest gripe with the OLED.
Mm-hmm. So you hope that it doesn't look like this, where it's
even if they just went back to the original latch thingy, I guess. But otherwise, where's the headphone jack? It's on the top, right?
Yep, on the top.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
It's the same. This must just be stabilization for
when it's in the dock.
In the dock.
I also hope they redesign the dock.
Oh yeah, that is the same. There's been no picture of the dock, so I hope that the dock is redesigned as well.
It doesn't need to have the giant faceplate, the one that you have, the smaller.
Mm-hmm, the one that I made.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be cool if they went in that direction.
Yeah, so you can still see it. Which now that there's a lot more. This is compared to the OLED, I think.
Okay, that's a much bigger screen.
Yeah,
wow.
it is.
It's gonna be beefy.
It's gonna be beefy, but now that things like the Steam Deck and stuff are out, then they have something to compare it to. I think so.
Totally. And honestly, having the main Switch be larger is gonna make it. Assuming they make another Lite, it's gonna make the Lite make more sense.
Absolutely.
Because
really, the difference between the regular Switch and the Lite isn't. I mean, it's different enough, but it's not
it's not as noticeable.
Huge, yeah.
So I think they're probably going to make the discrepancy bigger between the two.
Yeah.
Looks like two. I might just be tripping. Never mind.
I think the joysticks are going to be bigger.
Okay.
Is that what you were thinking?
I don't know. As they look, maybe I don't know.
I have a feeling that after the whole fiasco with Joy-Con drift, that they're just they're changing up what they're using.
I sure hope so.
I sure hope so too.
But it's not even just on Nintendo's stuff. It's also on PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah, PlayStation's controllers get messed up pretty easily.
So I hope all of them start using a new thumbstick manufacturer, source, whatever.
Yeah, so that's kind of the biggest thing that I've had on my mind the last little bit is just the Switch 2 leak.
Okay. And you think that they're going to officially reveal it this month?
I have heard rumors. I don't know if I think that. I'm hopeful. Yeah. I would just love to hear about it, but also I'm okay to wait because I need to save money.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts right now.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely not going to put it out this year.
No. I think it'll be 2025 at the earliest.
Having an official release. Sometimes I wonder too if leaks like this are by design.
Often they are.
Yeah, just to generate hype and stuff. So anyway, if these are real and credible, I'm glad that they're sticking with the current form factor.
I agree.
Yeah.
And it looks, it seems like it's going to be backwards compatible, which
right, because it still had the option for cartridges.
Yeah.
And so they might just continue to make Switch 2 games also be cartridges.
I hope so. I really hope they don't completely give up on physical media.
Because I know the PlayStation 5 Pro is digital by default, and you need to get the CD drive separate.
Yeah, so basically since PlayStation released the Slim, it's all digital, and then they sell the disc drive separately. I feel like Sony for a while has been going in this direction of like Apple,
sure,
in a way where they're like, oh well, you got to get all these pieces for it to work or whatever.
Right. All of the proprietary Sony stuff.
Yeah. So that is kind of annoying.
Yeah,
but the new PS5 Pro is completely digital, but also has the option to add the disc drive. And they just released a 30th anniversary edition of the PS5 Pro.
Oh.
It's limited. I think there's only like 12,300 or something. It has to do with the date the PS1 came out or something.
Oh, okay.
I think it came out like December 3rd or something.
Okay. Gotcha.
So that's coming. I know like the day I went to pick up Echoes of Wisdom was the same day the pre-order for the PS5 Pro limited edition one, like 30th anniversary one was. And it looks really cool. There's some cool stuff, but ultimately for me, the PS5 Pro is not big enough of a difference for me to get it compared to my PS5.
Yeah. Can you talk about the differences between the Pro and the regular?
Yeah, for sure. So the PS5 Pro is essentially for people who want enhanced graphics while keeping high frame rates.
Okay.
Like they have a lot of the enhanced version of games, like they're making enhanced like PS5 Pro version of games essentially that are like 4K 60 FPS, where right now a lot of the games, if you play it in like fidelity mode, it's like 30 FPS,
right,
locked at 30. And a lot of people don't like that, which like for some games I can get for sure, but for me at least, a lot of the games that I'm playing that I want to look good, I don't care about the frame rate. But also like you have to have hardware that allows you to do that. I think you can actually go up to 120 on some things, but it's really like minimal upgrades. I guess they doubled the hard drive size, so instead of it being 1 terabyte, it's now 2.
That's good.
Which is good. That's a pretty good upgrade.
It's good for storage.
Yeah. Let me see what else there is. It's really...
They put a racing stripe on it?
They put a racing stripe on it, yeah. It's got Adidas stripes now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like a little bit better. Yeah, they talk about like advanced ray tracing and all this stuff. A lot of games will be more at like 60 and 120 FPS, but you have to have a display that
can handle that.
Yeah. And like I don't. I mean, I guess no, these monitors are 1440p. My TV downstairs is 4K, but I don't even know if it does 60 FPS, honestly. So that's cool.
But the main selling point for this is so folks don't have to compromise and they can get both like a really nice looking game that also runs well.
Exactly.
Where currently on the PlayStation 5,
you kind of have to pick one or the other.
You choose one or the other? Okay. But how much is this?
That's a good question. I don't even think I've looked.
It's $700 US, right?
It's $700 US.
So
yeah.
Is that going to be what, like $850 for us? Maybe?
Let's see what GameStop is saying.
It's
not cheap. $9.59.
Oh my god, that's way worse than I thought it was going to be.
And like the regular PS5, I think was $650. And that was in 2020.
Yeah. This is $300 more?
Yeah.
For the slightest of upgrades?
Yep. That's the thing, right?
It still doesn't have even the option out of the box to play your discs.
Exactly.
You got to get that extra.
It's all digital. You have to buy the thing extra. And like, it's saying game boost for backwards compatibility. I don't I don't know why they're saying that. That's not exciting. Like, it's all the same. Like, I don't know. It's saying it's better, but I don't think it's worth how much better it is.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe, like, I've seen some people say that they've tried it and it has been, like, a noticeable difference. But for me, it's just...
Yeah, I'm sure if you had the opportunity to try it at, like, a convention or something, yeah, it probably is a better experience.
Yeah.
But for the price, though, that's nearly $1,000. In fact, that is over $1,000
after tax. It's over $1,000 Canadian for sure. And like even the slim PS5 regular like digital console is under $600. So
it's still a lot.
It's still a lot of money. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know, that makes me think like, you know, you see Sony doing this.
The one good thing about GameStop still is they sell used systems.
Yes.
Thank God.
Thank God. I mean, Marketplace, you can get some for good prices too, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm interested to see like what the prices of consoles is like going forward because I can't see Nintendo charging more than $500 for a console.
Right. Well, the Switch now is
$379.
Yeah. So maybe the Switch 2 or whatever they call it is going to be like $450 for us.
Yeah.
And
I think that's reasonable if it's
I can stomach that.
You know, decent upgrade.
$275 for the Switch Lite.
Oh, OLED is $449.
Oh, okay. I'm out of touch.
$469 for the Zelda
the Zelda
OLED.
One? Okay, so maybe the Switch 2 will be $500.
Yeah. Okay, it's definitely gonna be like $500. Fuck, I didn't realize they were so expensive. Damn.
And maybe the price has gone up since I last...
No, I kind of remember paying that for my Zelda one, but
okay.
I don't know.
Fair.
I don't know.
Anyway, but yeah, I think the 5 Pro is I don't think it's worth it.
I don't think it is either. And like I love a good looking game.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just not.
I feel like the people that want that now have already built a good enough PC to like make that happen.
Well, that's the thing too. It's just like, you know, you can compare a PS5 Pro to building a PC.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's in chat is saying exactly what I'm about to say. Like, yeah, you can literally build a nice PC that's going to do better than that. I mean, for the most part, maybe like.
And then you have a whole computer that you can use for
a whole computer for other stuff.
Video editing, audio editing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Now, the only thing is like, you know, the PS5 does make it a lot easier. You know, I love console gaming because I don't have to think about like, oh, my graphics card needs a driver update, and like it just tells
more
me
user friendly.
It's more user friendly for sure. And
yeah,
like,
I get that.
You know, like my PC's all right, but my graphics card is shit, and like you know, you got to upgrade shit all the time.
Right.
I still haven't done that, and I need to.
Right. But even like the price of like one graphics card versus the PS5 Pro, I guess it depends on the graphics card.
Depends on the graphics card, but like say I got like a 4090.
Sure.
The most expensive card you can get right now.
Yeah.
I think it's it's still like 2,500, I think, for 4090.
Wild.
Yeah. I think a 4080 you can get for like 1,500 maybe. So, I don't know. PS5 Pro, not for me, maybe for someone else.
Yeah.
But the limited edition one looks cool. It just doesn't make sense. I've got my Spider-Man plates on mine. I'm happy.
Yeah, you're chilling.
I'm chilling. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any other new stuff in gaming that you want to talk about?
News-wise, I don't think so. Just there have been some new like games released that I'd love to talk about.
Yeah.
So I've been playing the Plucky Squire, which was a game that I was really looking forward to. It is overall good. It just has some issues. It's a little buggy. It has some like game feel issues. My biggest thing is like you'll swing your sword at an enemy and your character lunges forward when you swing the sword. And so then you just kind of like run into the enemy and you take a hit, but just for swinging your sword.
Right.
You know, so it's a weird disconnect between like, why are you punishing me for attacking an enemy when like they didn't hit me? You like forced my character to lunge into them,
right?
Which is weird.
Yeah.
And then I've just had my entire experience of playing it is up on YouTube. I've got like a Plucky Squire playthrough, and I haven't finished the game yet, and I will finish it. It's just there's been some sour points here and there,
right?
But the presentation for the game is really, really good. It starts off, you play like in a storybook, and then something happens in the story where you, the character Jot, get pushed out of the storybook and into 3D space, and then you're on top of the whole thing takes place in this little boy Sam's room.
Oh, cool.
And so the book is on his desk, and so sometimes you pop out of the book into 3D space and and then you play the game on his desk.
That's cool.
And he has they put a lot of care and detail into the environment of his desk as far as like the toys, and he's a very creative kid, so he's got like paints and arts and just various like arts and crafts and stuff, and then also like figurines, and there's like stickers on a whole bunch of like stuff, right? So the environments in the 3D space are really, really cool, and then the hand-drawn storybook is also really, really nice. It's got some funny moments, it's got some like British humor, but it is, I think, a little bit more written for kids, and there's a little bit more hand-holding than I wish there was.
Right.
Remember we talked about Princess Peach?
Yes.
And yeah, I feel like this
similar to that.
This game is in a weird space where like it has some moments where it's like it lets you figure it out yourself, and then it has other moments where it's a little too on the nose about what the solution is.
Okay.
But overall, I do really like it, and I think it's out on a few different things. I'm playing it on Steam, but it's on Switch, it's on PlayStation. I've heard that performance-wise on Switch, it is not the best. So if you have the option, I would probably get it on PlayStation, because I think the loading on PlayStation 5 would probably do it a lot of good.
Good to know. I was going to ask, because before you were saying that you'd want to get a physical copy on Switch.
I don't think I'm going to anymore, unfortunately. I've got it on Steam, and I think I'm good. However, they are this is developed by All Possible Futures, which I've talked about before. James Turner, who has been the designer of a handful of Pokemon. This is his game. This is primarily his art style as well. Anyway, they are making an actual like book, which I think is the thing that makes the most sense for like the art of this thing and the story of this thing. I don't know honestly that it ever should have been a game.
Right.
I think the gimmick of coming out of the 2D book into the 3D space is really cool.
Yeah.
And then
but that's about it.
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would recommend it still. You know, it's a cute game, and again, the presentation is really nice. Music's really cute, and it had for the boss battles of the game, it changes the genre. It changes the style of gameplay.
Oh, that's cool.
There is it's primarily like a 2D/3D action game, but it has moments where there's one section where you're playing a Punch-Out fight.
Whoa.
There's another section that's like a turn-based thing, but it also, have you played Undertale?
No, but I've watched some of it.
But Undertale has kind of a thing where like rather than necessarily always doing damage, sometimes you can talk to enemies, and so you can be a bit more of a pacifist.
Right.
So cool. There's a boss fight where it kind of takes inspiration from that, where you start doing damage. And anyway, and yeah, so it has other. There was another boss that was like a rhythm game thing. And there are, I'm sure, other bosses that I haven't seen yet that also, you know, borrow other genres for those boss fights. Anyway, it's weird. Like I do and I don't recommend it. It's weird. I think if you look at it and you enjoy the way that it looks, go for it because that is worth seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I think the 3D environments are really cool. If you're not sold on the look, I would say you could pass on it.
Okay. Or you could watch Caprio's
Or you could watch my playthrough on the old Twitch. Not Twitch, YouTube. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
It seemed like a cute game, but I'm happy I kind of held back on it because I just have too many other things to play.
It's the thing. And it's true. There's so many games.
Yep.
And honestly, if you can save yourself the time and money of maybe skipping out on one, that's not the worst. Yeah. And it's really disappointing because I was really looking forward to this. And again, I don't hate it by any means. It's just not
what you were looking for.
Yeah. Or I don't know. It didn't necessarily stick the landing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Do you have any games you want to talk
about? So Echoes of Wisdom came out last week. I have barely started playing it.
Okay.
I did the opening scene and that was it. But so far, really cool.
Nice.
Love the art style. Seems really fun. You start out playing as Link and then something happens and then you end up being Zelda. I will say though, I am currently in Hyrule Castletown and it is laggy. Which is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate. I don't know if it's just there's too many elements or what, but obviously, these developers aren't able to optimize games for the Switch anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what the issue is with that because there are some games that are really well optimized.
Right.
But that was the first thing I noticed, and I haven't played much, but I did notice that. And so I'm interested. I've heard that it's a really good game. I'm excited to play more of it. But I hope that performance isn't too much of an issue.
It's possible this one was originally planned to come out on the Switch 2. And then when that got delayed, then they maybe had to force this thing to work on the Switch.
Yep.
And maybe didn't optimize it perhaps as well as they could have.
Yeah.
But it is strange for a Nintendo-made thing to not...
Well, Nintendo didn't actually make it. They have hired a third-party developer to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't remember what they're called, but they also did Link's Awakening.
Gotcha. Yeah. Nintendo published, but not developed.
Yeah.
I see.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cool.
But so you're going to report back on Echoes of Wisdom maybe next time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Next time when I get more time to play it.
Yeah.
It's been busy.
Yeah.
Busy week.
Cool.
But it'll be good. Okay. So we have some questions.
Oh, we do.
Well, we have at least one question.
We have one question.
We have one question.
And folks live, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat right now because we're going to do some questions.
Yes. We're going to do some questions. We thought that this would be kind of cool on our 1 year anniversary, kind of go through some questions, answer things about the podcast, about gaming, about anything.
Yeah.
You can also put questions in either of our Discords, but I posted on Instagram asking people to send some questions, and we got one. It's from Burry.
Hi, Burry.
So lovely to hear from you, Burry. And they said, Spencer, please talk about how excited you are after getting the shiny Charmander.
Oh, man. Before, so this is the only full odds hunt that I've ever done, really. But what that means is a shiny hunt where the odds of getting the shiny are not improved in any way. So there are other methods. Like in Scarlet and Violet, you can make a sandwich, right? And
make a sandwich, you can get a shiny charm.
Yeah, all these things, right? But full odds just means that in whatever game you're playing, the odds are basically as bad as they can be. So this is the only full odds hunt that I've done for a 1 in 8,000 Pokemon. I don't want to ever do it again if I can help it. Because it took a long time.
Yep.
I managed how often I was doing it, right? I was I think I can handle doing 200 resets a week.
Yeah.
And that's plenty.
And that kept you from burning out, hopefully.
Yes. And it was also, it made it more fun to do it live on Twitch and have people to talk to. I think if I was just doing it alone, I don't know. I know there are plenty of shiny hunters who find joy in doing it themselves.
Right.
And all the more power to them. Just personally, I don't think I can handle that.
Yeah.
But it is genuinely, I'm just kind of glad that I don't have to do the resets anymore. I'm glad I can just play Leaf Green.
Play the game.
And that's exciting. But then also yeah, I'm very excited to have this Pokemon, even though it is only cosmetically different. It doesn't have any other like, I don't know, benefits really, but it's just cool. It's something I've wanted for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, you committed to something, you put the time and effort in to make it happen.
Yeah.
So that's part of, I feel like that's part of you having it. You don't just have a shiny Charmander, you have all the time that you put into it. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing.
Well, it was part of the journey for sure. And so after I got the shiny, I had posted the clip of me finding it on Reddit, and there were a lot of this specific subreddit. It was like the Pokemon Fire Red subreddit, and that is a subreddit of people primarily posting the team of 6 Pokemon that they beat the game with.
Interesting.
That is mostly what people post in that subreddit, and then the odd like question about movesets or whatever. Right? Not a ton of people posting the shinies that they find. There are other subreddits for shiny hunters. So I posted the shiny that I found in that subreddit. And people were, I mean, I shouldn't say everybody, but there were a lot of people in there who were like, why the fuck would you spend so long to get a differently colored dog? And that's a fair question, honestly. But they also, it was really interesting. I found people, I don't know, putting themselves in that position, reasoning out for themselves, I don't value doing that myself. So therefore that person doing that makes no sense and is stupid. It's just interesting when people kind of, not police isn't the right word, because no one was telling me what to do. But it is interesting when people kind of approach something that someone else did with negativity and say, what you did was stupid and you should feel stupid for doing it.
Which is not cool. Like, if they don't find value in that, then just don't do it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Where like
you don't have to.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, this is something cool. Maybe I guess maybe it's just like posted in a shiny Pokemon Reddit.
Yeah.
I guess.
I did. It got significantly less
hate.
Well, not even it didn't like do as well.
Didn't do as well.
Yeah,
because
it's almost
people
like
are just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, they see in the shiny subreddits, they see shinies that people find every fucking minute.
Yeah, true.
I'm sure
That's true.
So a shiny Charmander in a shiny subreddit, that's just another day.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
But for r/Fire Red, they were like, fuck that.
Like, no way I'm spending a year and a half looking for a Charmander.
But also, I posted the clip just like on YouTube, and the comments on YouTube have been very nice. So that's great.
Well, I think it's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm excited to watch your Leaf Green playthrough.
Yeah, it's going to be fun doing it with
the little guy.
With the little guy. Yeah. See the little sparkles every time he comes out into the battle.
Aww.
Burry, thanks for the question. Yep. Are we, now that we've done this for a year, are we retiring at the end of the podcast the Pokemon update?
I was going to suggest that.
And the Fortnite update.
Yeah, I would say we should.
Okay.
Hey? If you're cool with that.
I'm cool with that.
Cool. Yeah, I feel like that's, I mean, I haven't had time to play Fortnite. So I feel like I just don't have a lot to say about it usually. And I feel like Pokemon has been relatively quiet besides the weekly, or not weekly, like bi-weekly
the terror raids.
Yeah. But,
I mean, they're still like ongoing and stuff.
Yeah.
But
a chug.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure people are going to find out about those things separate from at the end of our podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly.
That's just we did it for a year and it didn't totally work.
Yeah.
And so
here we are, we're trying new things.
Yeah.
Maybe now we'll post on TikTok someday.
Yeah.
Now that we've been doing it for a year.
Well, now that I know how to make vertical content.
Right, because that was what the issue was that you're like, I don't know how to do this.
Now I know. It's actually very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
I was surprised at how easy it was.
You had a couple of YouTube shorts that popped up, didn't you?
I won.
You had one.
I had one that got 30 views.
Nice.
And then I had one that got 1,500.
Sick.
Yeah, they were just fun to like do, to like learn how to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would absolutely do those for Frostbytes now.
Yeah. It was really cool to be doing this for a year.
Yeah.
Thanks for being willing to do a podcast with me.
Of course.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Thanks for hosting me and, making the podcast sound great, look great.
I do what I can.
Yeah.
We also make it look great just by being here.
Just with our faces.
Just our cute little faces, you know?
They're so aesthetically pleasing.
I know.
They're so symmetrical.
We have a face for radio. Or podcasts. We have a face for podcasts. But this is our 1-year anniversary of Frostbytes, a gaming podcast. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for listening. We do this podcast once a month, live on twitch.tv/just_Kiyashi. Make sure to drop me a follow so that you can hang out live. We do a little pre and post hang with chat. Sometimes we play games. Sometimes we just talk nonsense. And don't forget to follow Caprio. twitch.tv/Caprio_. That's my wonderful co-host. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Sometime in November. Or maybe sooner. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. All right.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.